Hello, my name is Jenna and I'm finally doing this video thing. I've been wanting to hop on this platform for a while now, and I'm finally just pulling the plug and making a first introduction type of video to start it off. I live in Carson City, Nevada, of all places. Not much happens here, although it is the capital, it's pretty small. And I did move away to go to school at Westmont College in Santa Barbara. I consider Santa Barbara my second home. It's beautiful. But I also do love Carson City and the change in seasons, although this winter is taking a long time to end and I would love for it to just hurry up and go away because I love warm weather so much, and the sun that's outside right now is just making my heart so happy. I am 23 years old. I just got married technically last year because it was October of last year, and right now it is May of 2019. So I got married 7 months ago to a great guy. I'm not going to talk much about him. I'm sure he will appear. I work a lot of jobs, and what I do for a living and how I make money often confuses people because I've had like 20 plus jobs in life. I've just bounced around and tried a whole bunch of different things. Right now, I technically have 3 jobs. I work as the assistant manager for Dutch Bros Coffee, which I just started doing about a month ago. I've been working at Dutch Bros for 2 years, but I just started assistant managing a month ago, and I love it so much. Dutch Bros is a blessing I never thought I would run into. And now that I have, I can't imagine my life without it. So Dutch Bros is amazing. I also teach aerial classes at 2 different dance studios around town. One is in Carson City and the other is in a neighboring town south in Minden. And I've been teaching this is the second year I've been teaching, but I've been doing aerial for about 7 years. I love aerial so much. It's basically, if you've never heard of it before, it is like what they do on Cirque du Soleil performances with the fabrics that hang down. It's like acrobatics. I really love it. My students range from 5 years old to like 18. So I love working with those kids. They're awesome to watch them grow from not being able to lift themselves up to being able to do all kinds of things just within the span of a few months. The kids learn so fast. It's been a really rewarding thing teaching them. My 3rd job is doing freelance marketing. And I say freelance because it is technically for one company that I do, but I have and do accept freelance projects all the time. Just projects to design websites and to manage social media accounts. That's kind of how I got an inroad with this company that I work for right now in Carson City. And that really tied in with what I majored in over at Westmont College, which was communication studies, and also I double majored in English with an emphasis in writing. I have a million different interests and a bunch of enthusiasm for all of those interests. So that is one big major thing about me, is like my interests just are unlimited. Like if I could have 4 different lives to dedicate like completely just to one different craft, like that would be amazing. That would be the ideal. Those are the jobs, those are my interests. That's kind of a little cap on who I am. I wrote down a couple fun things about me. So one thing is my go-to fun fact. Like if you're ever in a circle with a new group of people and someone for an icebreaker is like, what's a fun fact about you? As always happens in those situations, I always bring out this one, and that is that I am partially colorblind, which is fairly rare for a female. And I can go into that on another video, I think, just my life being colorblind, what kind of obstacles it brings, which isn't too many because it's only partially colorblind. But there has been some obstacles that it brings. I can still like see traffic lights and everything, so that is not an issue. And the farthest place I've ever traveled, probably technically because I've been in different places in Europe, is Malta. And Malta is an island that is off of the coast of Italy, kind of between Italy and then the continent of Africa. And it's really interesting. It's kind of like has a Morocco vibe to it. I haven't been to Morocco, but it is what I imagine Morocco would be like, just with like sandstone buildings and the people who live there. It was probably the furthest I've traveled as far as east. Yeah, southeast. But I just recently booked a trip for me and Paul, my husband, to go to Peru. We went to see the seven wonders of the world, and Machu Picchu is one of them. So we are going to see Machu Picchu this October in a few months, which is really crazy exciting. I need to finish bookings and everything for that because I just have the plane tickets. I need to get everything else in the works done. But that's exciting. That'll be the first place after Malta. Something I would never do if someone paid me $1 million. I was thinking about this question and the answer comes pretty quickly. I would never go deep sea diving. The reason being is I have that phobia, I'm pretty sure it's called thalassophobia, and it is a fear of deep water. It's not necessarily being afraid of sharks. Like, I've been snorkeling before actually, and snorkeling, as long as I can kind of see the bottom and I don't look out into the deep water, I'm okay. But just it is a little bit spooky. Like, I have to be around people because just I get this image if I jump into a deep expanse of something, like a deep lake. I get this image of like my tiny little body floating there and then a massive like expanse of empty space under me, and it's just like picturing the smallness of me and the massiveness of the space, which is terrifying. So I've been snorkeling. I'll go snorkeling again. I don't mind seeing like little fish or sea turtles or stingrays. Like, I've gone swimming with stingrays before. They're really cute and kind of slimy, but really cute. They're like butterflies in the ocean. I would do that. I love experiencing sea life. But deep sea diving, just the deepness of it, oh, I couldn't do that. The craziest thing I've ever eaten, I would say, is I've eaten some pretty crazy things, but one person might consider crazy, another person would be like, "Ooh, that's really good," like escargot or oysters or that kind of thing. But I have eaten a termite. And my family was traveling to Belize. We were on a Caribbean cruise, and we were traveling to Belize. We were in Belize on this like cave tube excursion, and our tour guide just like reached his hand into something, and a whole bunch of termites were over it. And he's like, "They're really good. You can just eat them. Does anyone want to?" And no one offered to. And I'm like, "I will." So I tried a termite, and basically just tasted like black pepper, if you were to eat like a peppercorn. It was like an explosion of pepper. It was really spicy. Like, it probably didn't appreciate that I was eating it, but that was probably the craziest thing I've ever eaten. That's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to do a little introduction, some fun facts about me. So as far as what this whole channel is going to be about, probably, and I was thinking this through, is to document a lot of travel videos as I go on new trips and experience new things. Anyone who traveled with me to Paris knows how much I loved documenting exactly what we were doing and what we were eating, and just in a fun like montage type style way. So I would love to do that with the future trips that I have planned. I would also love to talk personality types on here. Personality types is something I absolutely love, both Myers-Briggs and a little bit of the Enneagram. I'm not going to go into it too much here, but I would love to talk about it in the future. And if you, and I'm not going to say what my types are just yet, mostly because I'm still figuring out where I fall in the Enneagram, but Myers-Briggs, I know like beyond a shadow of doubt what I am. And I dive into like the cognitive functions and everything like that. So I'd say I know a fair bit about it to have a fairly informed opinion on the subject. So maybe if you can tell what type I am without me knowing, go ahead and comment it below, because I would love to hear other people's input. And also say what your type is, because I love just starting a conversation on personalities and I'm obsessed with it. So honestly, like anything you can bring to the table, I would absolutely love to talk to. I would love to make it a platform for travel videos, for personality topics, and just for documenting fun things in life. We will see where that goes. The next video I would like to make is about the birth control process that I use. I know it's a fairly personal subject, but I use an all-natural process, and I have not met another person who uses this same process, and I think it is so awesome. I would love for more people to learn about it and to hear about it. So I think I'd like to make a video on birth control and the birth control process that I use. So that's what the next video is going to be about for now. That about wraps up this introduction video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.